Welcome to Caravan of the Year 2025, sponsored by MSA 4x4 Accessories. Now behind me is the biggest semi-off-road caravan Snowy Caravans offers in the 24. Now if you don't know who Snowy is, you've been living under a rock. These guys have been around for 10 years now and are already the second biggest brand selling here in Australia. We know Snowy are famous for value for money. They've done well at Caravan of the Year before in exactly that. But it takes a lot to win Caravan of the Year. So we've got John, Mel, and Alison who have 3 days here in Warrnambool to assess this van. Let's check in with them. Mel, so in terms of ease of use, there's not a lot to it with the SC24. What do you reckon?
No, it's a very easy van to use. Basically you park it, wind the stabilisers down. If it's a nice day, put the awning out, step inside and relax in your club lounge.
Grab a cold one, sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Alison, value for money. There are not many vans with a semi-off-road designation for under 100 grand anymore. Tell us the price and what you reckon.
The base price of the 24 footer is $77,490. We looked at a spec'd up model, so it had quite a few additions. The 3,000 watt inverter, the 95 litre tank, a DO35 hitch, an extra 100 amp lithium battery. So the van we looked at brought the price up to 91, but even at the base at 77,490, it's great value. Everyone's going to choose different options to suit their lifestyle and the way they travel. If you start at that base price and then add your couple of options on after that, it's still great value at under 100.
24-foot couples van. Tell us a bit about who's going to buy it, where they're going to take it.
I don't think it's going to be your first caravan buy. It's going to be somebody who's had a van who wants a bit more room. And it's in a van that's not too big to tow. I think it's just a really classic design.
It's unashamedly more of a holiday park kind of van, isn't it?
You could probably call it a classic caravan park van, but upgrades to the electronics gives it a bit more off-grid capability. It's got that big 274 litre fridge, which is about as big as you can get into a caravan these days, so plenty of space to get away and spend some time in the bush. I wouldn't classify it as a caravan park only caravan, no.
This is the development of Snowy River's range. It's probably one of the largest vans they make. They've gone for the club lounge layout, which for me makes it quite a comfortable sort of van. For people who like the split bathroom, which separates the bedroom from the rest of the living areas, that's not particularly innovative, but I think for Snowy, it's a development in the right direction. They've produced a more luxury style van, which for them is very good.
Like, it's logical, if not innovative, to go best-selling 19-footer, best-selling 21-footer, introduce a 24, and buyers can come up to it.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the things I like about this van, it's a semi-off-road van, but that doesn't mean you can't take it around Australia.
It uses Alco's rubber torsion suspension, which isn't all that usual, particularly when you look at some of the vans we have at Cody, but it still works for them, and as you say, you can go anywhere.
Alison, Self-Sufficiency, there are a couple of options on this van. What did it have?
This van had two 95 litre freshwater tanks and a grey water tank. It did have a cassette toilet, so you're going to be a little bit limited by your water use, but it had two 100 amp hour lithium batteries, a 3,000 watt inverter. The whole battery management system was a projector system, so good quality battery management. It had two 180 watt flexible solar panels and two 9 kilo gas bottles, so you're never going to run out of power of some sort, whether it's electric or gas. It had good features, yeah.
It did have gas cooking, didn't it? So you don't have to rely on electricity for cooking.
No, not at all.
John, towing. I noticed when I pulled in that it's actually quite a low slung van, so it's probably going to be a good tow. How did you find it?
It was towed by a Ranger V6. That was really comfortable. It's a really good combination. I think part of what you're saying is it's a low slung van that doesn't move around much. So we didn't get any movement in the Ranger as we were driving along. There was no pitching and no moving around the van. The Ranger was a really good match for it, but there's lots of those sort of mid-level utes and SUVs. You don't need a big Land Cruiser. It's a really good weight and it tows really well. I really liked it.
Mel, customer care. We know they're a popular, high-selling brand. How do they support the buyer once you've picked your van up?
Okay, they have dealers in most states. In fact, it's a growing network based on the growing numbers they're building. They offer a 5-year structural warranty, 2-year manufacturer's warranty, and they also offer 2 years on all components, which is a little unusual. Many people don't do that. The other interesting thing about the warranty is if the ownership changes within 2 years, the warranty is transferable.
That's fantastic. Alison, that layout screams relaxing to me. How do you reckon the SRC-24 is for livability?
Yeah, look, it's a really popular layout for the experienced caravanners, couples who like a bit of luxury, like a bit of open space, like the living area separate from the bedroom, so one person can stay up watching television and the other person can go to sleep. It's got all the mod cons you could possibly want. That central bathroom, spacious club lounge, kitchen with plenty of bench space. There's a 3.5 kilo washing machine in there, plenty of power points, plenty of USB connections, plenty of lights. It's really quite luxurious. So it's for people who spend a lot of time on the road, and we know that there are couples who live out on the road indefinitely. That's the sort of van this is appealing to. I think they would really like it.
And it should be quite warm with the full composite construction too, warm and cool when you need it to be, so it should be good. So John, Snowy River, when they came to market 10 years ago, they had quite a revolutionary sandwich panel full composite construction. They're still using much the same. So generally, how did you find the build?
Look, I think that build is pretty impressive. They spent a lot of money setting up that construction process. It's a composite panel. It's fiberglass outside with a foam interior with aluminium throughout the structure where they need it, so like for windows and doors and so on. So it's worked really well. It's been around for 10 years, like you say, so you know, anything that was going to be a problem would have shown up by now, and you don't see issues with it. It's a robot welded chassis with hand welded A-frame. It's a good construction method, I believe. The suspension is rubber torsion suspension, and that's a bit unusual in a caravan, but it's been around a long while and it works really well. I think the Snowy's a good thing.
So John, what about the interior fit and finish and the build quality there?
I reckon it looks pretty good inside. They've got a lot of technology to make sure everything fits nicely together. It's CNC cut lightweight ply, nice laminates, it's vinyl upholstery, but it looks pretty nice, doesn't it? I think they've done a good job with it.
Mal, X Factor. You're going to have the biggest Snowy River on the market when you pull into the camp and everybody else has got the little Snowy. You're going to look like the big king in the castle. What do you reckon?
I think it's a deceptively simple van. It looks quite good, and I think the real plus is you get 24-footer van and you don't need a large tow vehicle. It's quite a good tower.
And that layout.
Yeah.
They've been around for 10 years, but they're nudging number 2, which is pretty impressive. You see them everywhere. Yeah, they're certainly doing something right, aren't they?
They certainly are. Well, thank you for joining us on our look at the Snowy River 24, the largest in the range right now of what has fast become the second most popular brand in Australia. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions that we will be happy to answer, put them down below.